Hello there, and welcome to Babbling.
With the boys. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Let's go. Okay, so today we're talking about the Snyder Cut. So yeah, the biggest addition is the whole epilogue. It starts with Lex Luthor in Arkham. They're like, go, like, everyone out of your cells or whatever, and then like Lex Luthor's just standing there with his bald head, and they're like, Mr. Luthor, and then they do the classic, oh, he's a fake bald guy that looks like Luthor, but it's just a weird bald guy, and they're like, whoa, and then it's like, oh, then they do the boat scene,
and then it cuts to the back of this guy on a boat, and you're like, oh, is this but it cuts to this guy with a big sword and a mask on. And the little weird
the
yum-yums.
Yeah. Flowing.
And you're like, is that
Deathstroke? Yeah.
And then he walks on the boat, and he's Joe Manganiello.
Joe Mandalorian. Flash from Spider-Man. Yeah, or the brunch guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Or one of the strippers in Magic Mike.
So yeah, he's there and he's playing Deathstroke, which was in the other one. I think as an after credits scene or something.
Yeah, it must be.
But this one, it's kind of the same thing, and then they reveal that Lex reveals that he knows that like Bruce Wayne is Batman, and then we get the Nightmare timeline.
And all of this is like, I'm like, you don't need this in the film. This is
but it's awesome.
This is just stuff that Zack Snyder.
You know what happened?
Put in the film.
Did you see what Chris Stuckman said? He was like, "This movie doesn't need to be 4 hours, but I think the fans were just like wanted to see the thing, so they pulled a Al Pacino and Heat. Give me all you got. Give me all you got. And these 7 minutes, or the 7-minute scene or whatever, the Nightmare scene, I think it was done in like reshoots last year. And essentially, it's the Nightmare timeline again. Calling back to the Nightmare timeline from BVS. And we see Batman in like the trench coat and the gun, and we see Deathstroke is there, and Mira's there, and Aquaman's dead because she's holding the trident.
And Cyborg's there, and
Flash is there.
Because if you saw the thing last time, it showed Darkseid killing Aquaman, and Darkseid like standing over the burning corpse of Diana.
Yeah, so then he's just like, so obviously it's the timeline where Superman has gone stinky, presumably because Lois is dead. And like they're all there, and they're all like, "What the do we do?" Like everyone looks panicked. Flash is there in like the robot thing that has the face thing, and then you look and you see Jared Leto's Joker with like long hair doing the and then Batman's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And you're like, what the shit? Like this thing, it's like gotten so like extra. And then Jared Leto makes jokes about like jerking Batman off, and you're like, what the hell?
It's a lot.
It's a lot for 7 minutes. And they essentially all look like, what the hell are we gonna do?
And it's apparently because I did some reading up also. Yeah. So apparently what happened in this other timeline, because if you know the comics, this is kind of like the Injustice,
yeah, which is the video game that had spawned like a comic series where Superman goes evil
because Joker convinces him to kill, like gives him hallucinogenics, and he thinks Lois is Doomsday, and he kills her, and then Superman kills the Joker. But in this timeline, it seems to be that Batman was instructed with protecting Lois during the Darkseid invasion, and Batman failed.
And she's dead.
So now there's been a truce between Joker and Batman to try and save the world from Batman.
And Deathstroke as well.
And Deathstroke.
They're not
more in like crazily.
Yeah, with Joker and Batman. And then Joker says something like, you need me, or something like that. And then you're like, what the shit? Like, okay, this is interesting. Batman just dropped an F-bomb and is holding an assault rifle while Joker talks about jerking him off. Like, this is definitely Snyder.
And Joker was like, Oh, Batman knows about tragedy. His mother, his father, his adopted son, and
he's like, don't
you
say
you
another
asshole.
word.
You stop right there.
Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking kill you. He's like, no, you're not.
Because there was something about like he talked to Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn was like, when you kill the Joker, kill him slowly for me.
Yeah.
Like, what is
a lot of context that they're kind of implying. And then Batman wakes up and he's like,
and then he just walks outside and has a nice chat with Martian Manhunter.
Then Martian Manhunter's like my name is Martian Manhunter.
And, I'll help next time.
I like that. That's his whole thing. He's like, bro, I missed this one, but I got you next time. And Batman's like, sup. And he's like, sup. And then he just flies away. At that point, you're like, holy shit.
This is a 4-hour movie that I just finished.
Uh-huh. Like, I know that the last 20 minutes were so unnecessary, yet I still liked them.
I kind of agree with what other people have said, where I don't think this was the original version of what Snyder would have done.
No, this was added because he had the time.
I think there's a good 3-hour movie in there. I think there's like a
for sure
3-hour movie that I put at like 4 out of 5 slates.
You could cut this down for sure. There's some stuff where I'm like, and if you reduce the slow motion used in this movie, you could probably shave an hour off alone. The gratuitous amount. But at the same time, I'm glad that he got to release what he wanted to release.
Where are you gonna give this movie out of 5 slates? Are we gonna rate this movie?
Before I rate it, I just want to say that I don't think it even really matters what we think about it. It's cool that this got released in general, and that Warner Bros. Actually listened. Like, I don't know. Do you think this could happen at like Disney or something? Do you think there's like a director's cut of Captain Marvel floating somewhere out there?
See, I'm not sure. There is. We talk about Chris Stuckman a lot because we both watch him. He kind of said that this might be like a whole thing for directors putting director's cuts out on streaming because it was so successful, and putting all these big, long, extended versions. And I'm like, I don't really see that. I think this was a one-time event.
One-off. I think so as well.
Where I don't think we're gonna get like the Lord and Miller version of Solo.
No.
Or like, I don't think we're gonna get any extended versions of like the director's cuts.
No, see, I don't think we'll get that, but I hope anyways, what this teaches is maybe like for studios to trust the directors more, because this did actually better critically than the other one. So I hope that this teaches like these big budget productions and studios like, hey, if you're hiring a director, make sure you actually have faith in that director. So I think that may be the lesson that comes from this. I don't think we're going to start getting director's cuts of like every movie that comes out, because honestly, I don't know about you, but I don't want to see 4-hour cuts of like every comic book movie just because we can.
Yeah. Anthony and Joe Russo were like, we have like a 6-hour version of Avengers Endgame if you want to see it.
No.
And I'm like, no. This is not the lesson you should have learned, Anthony.
Honestly, like, we don't need it. We don't even really need a 4-hour cut of this. We don't. It's not the movie we needed, but it's the movie we all deserved.
Where are you giving it?
I'm giving this one 4 out of 5 slates.
I think I'm somewhere in between 3 and soft sticks and 4.
So like, yeah, but vast improvement over.
Vast improvement.
Yeah, over the other one for sure. It sounds like the Snyder cut, like, it sounds like they're probably not going to end up continuing his vision for the Snyderverse, because they've already released movies that came after the Justice League that is kind of doing their own thing, like Shazam and Aquaman, which is kind of strayed away from what his ideas were. So I don't think we're going to get that, but I would love to see. You don't even have to keep it in continuity. Like, I like what they're doing with even the Batman, for example. It's like you can take the characters and have a director do what they want to do on that, instead of worrying about keeping like a consistent universe the entire way through. Right. Was Mira British in the Aquaman movie, or is that an inconsistency?
I don't think so. People have been talking about the inconsistency, and also that Amber Heard is in it, and they don't really because the whole thing with her and Johnny Depp.
Mr. Depp.
That she was like, it seems to be that she was abusing him pretty bad.
Pretty hard.
like pretty bad. Yeah, I think they should just recast her with him.
Oh, dude, just put Johnny Depp in like a red wig.
As Jason Momoa's love interest.
I would pay to see a Jason Momoa and Johnny Depp love scene. I feel like that would be
and
more fire than. Oh yeah, that would be more fire than any of us can. Also, can he keep his Johnny Depp goatee?
Oh yes, he must.
Yes.
But have that be red too.
Oh yeah, no, totally. But just color it in with Sharpie or something.
Ray Fisher, the guy that played Cyborg, had fallen out.
He got fired, right? Yeah. So if Cyborg comes back, it's probably not going to be him.
Which really saddens me.
Because his performance was really good, yeah.
But who knows? Because only the short time after the movie, there's a new hashtag in town, and it's
Snyderverse.
It's hashtag restore the
Snyderverse.
So seeing how far they got on this,
it's possible.
I'm gonna get on that.
But also that would also mean Zack Snyder would want to come back. I'm not sure if he does, because he said stuff that he's kind of done with it now. But
I heard he kind of pitched a China-based Adam movie with the guy that was working off of Cyborg's father, and it would take place in China with a mostly Chinese cast.
I would like to see that.
And I think they should take that idea. I think that's one thing they should do.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if he has a whole plot for it, but maybe if they don't take the plot, they could take that concept, because I would like to see that. I think that'd be cool. Although, what's going to happen.
What?
It's probably going to be directly compared to Ant-Man, and then...
Oh, no. No, I think it's going to be completely different because of
No, it's going to be different, but people are going to automatically compare it.
They're going to release a black and white version of Justice League.
I saw that, yeah.
You know what it's going to be called?
Justice League Black and White?
They're going to call it Justice League. Justice is gray.
What? Are you joking, or is that actually...
No, I found that. And I'm just
Justice is gray?
Just stop. Just
the movie's already fucking black and white.
I know.
The color palette, you don't need anything else. Before we move on, can I talk about complaints I had with the Snyder cut? Because they're not many, but I thought Danny Elfman's score in the 2017 one was better than the Junkie XL one from this. And some of the song choices during the slow motion scenes, I was like,
I liked the one during the Flash sequence.
I like that one.
I didn't like the one where it was I am king or whatever.
That's the one I didn't like, yeah.
That kind of didn't fit for me.
Yeah, it didn't fit for me either. And then the Martian Manhunter scene. But those were my three things that I was I'm not into these.
I did really like the Icelandic song that sent off Aquaman.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Behest my heart.
Behest.
Bjorn, is that you? And all of the throat songs that you got from the Amazonians.
Oh, there's a whole new almost Amazon Wonder Woman theme or leitmotif that plays. That's more melodic kind of humming almost.
But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the reaction to this. It's kind of exploded. As I said before, even Ben Shapiro has a review of this.
I still find that pretty hilarious.
I still find that so weird. Why is Ben Shapiro stick to what you're not so good at? Ben Shapiro reviews this and WAP. That's those are the two things that he feels the need to review.
And rightfully so.
Rightfully so, yeah. Of course.
Can we dispute that? No.
When are we doing a review of WAP? Come on, Spencer.
Right now. So I'm thinking, let's do a lyrical breakdown, okay?
Go. Yes?
Certified freak. 7 days a week. So in that, she is referring to the fact that she is freaky 7 days out of our 7 day week schedule.
Oh my gosh. What?
And then she says, wet ass.
Oh.
All right, that concludes today's episode of Babbling
with the boys.
My name is Spence the Chef, and to Sir Zack Snyder, good for you, man. I'm happy you got to release the movie that you wanted to release, and I'm glad everyone's enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm Karst Gervais, and I swear, I've been watching some interviews with Zack Snyder. He has to be related to Mark Ruffalo. They sound the exact same. They have the exact same voice. I'm like, what is happening right now? And they look quite similar too. So that's my conspiracy theory for now. If you like on your ear holes, go absorb us in your eye holes on the YouTube.
At Babbling with the Boyz, Boyz with the Z. Mm-hmm. And also follow us on Instagram. Again, Babbling with Boyz, Boyz with a Z, and Facebook.
Yeah, leave a rating or comment or whatever you want. Just have fun. I hope you enjoy. Until next week, stay spicy.
Spicy.